Dunque pomodoro, scaglia.
Skadja az jöttem spielmi. Alright, everybody happy? Let's
All
go,
right.
Chris.
Today I want to talk a little about social networking and how our dependence of it is very bad for society as a whole. Of course, social networking sites at first glance are an amazing tool for us to interact with family members and friends that are at a very distance to us. I believe this is one of the few benefits of social networking sites. I am mainly going to focus on the dangers of these sites and why we should limit our use of them as a society. Alright, one of the main reasons I think social networks should be used at a limit is a very clear reason. For example, many couples in today's world post their whole life stories on these sites, and of course, there's nothing wrong with that. But on the other hand, this leads to a lot of stress when it comes to relationship problems. Many men and women argue on a daily basis on things such as who posted what and why did you say that on Twitter. These arguments could be avoided if we decided to focus on healthy relationship habits. Also, the fact that we are arguing with each other on social networking sites is truly pathetic. Is this what humans have become? People hiding behind a computer screen, waiting to blast the next person in the form of a comment? This leads me to my next main point, which is our complete decline in social skills as a society when it comes to face-to-face conversations. Have you hung out with one of your friends lately? If so, chances are you caught yourself talking to yourself as one of your friends has their head down with 100% focus on what's going on in their phones. This is one of the most annoying things you can possibly deal with. We should be able to take our minds off our phones for at least a couple hours a day. It sounds easy enough, but for many this is close to an impossible task. Not only has social networking changed our relationships and our everyday social skills, it has also affected many students in the classroom. Students who use social networking sites while studying scored 20% lower on tests. Also, students who use social media had an average GPA of 3.06 versus non-users who had an average GPA of 3.82. It's really hard to study these days in today's world when you're being constantly bombarded with information left and right. It is hard enough to focus without social media, but this just adds to the headache. Many say social media is also the root cause of ADHD in students today. It seems like almost everyone has ADD or ADHD. Where were all these cases of ADHD pre-technology? The answer is simply people did not have many things they could lose their attention on. People were also way more face-to-face oriented than in today's world. Although it's most likely impossible for most of us not to use social media, there are definitely clear out ways to limit our use. For example, try and limit your social media use to home desktops only. Don't use it on your phones as much. Also, keep your body and mind occupied in other ways such as going to the gym regularly or maybe taking on a new hobby. These are just a few examples of how we can limit our use of social media. In conclusion, it's safe to say social networking prevents face-to-face communication, wastes time on other activities you could possibly be pursuing, and actually alters children's behavior, making them more prone to ADHD. It can also expose you to predators and pedophiles, and they could also be spreading false and potentially dangerous information. I think society could benefit greatly if everyone agreed to limit their use of social networking.
Good job, Chris.